Hello, my wonderful, beautiful people. A pleasant evening to you. Now, beautiful people, there is a group that, or an organization rather, that I would love for you to familiarize yourselves with, get familiar with, because this group can be the mover and shaker or the agent of change in how you relate to the police officers on a day-to-day basis. It's a group that monitors, audits, inspects the administrative aspect of certain areas of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Its auxiliaries and policies, and they ensure that the standards of operating procedures are adhered to, they're followed in a systematic way, in a coherent way, in a way that keeps the law lawful. And the name of this particular company is called the Police Civilian Oversight Authority, under the auspices of the Ministry of National Security. So it's the PCOA in Jamaica, and it is an independent statutory body established under the Police Civilian Oversight Authority Act in 2005. It is responsible for improving accountability, transparency and professionalism within the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, and its auxiliaries, by ensuring proper oversight of their operations. What are the functions you may want to ask of the Police Civilian Oversight Authority, or PCOA? 1. Monitoring and evaluation. It oversees the operation and performance of the JCF to ensure compliance with laws, regulations, and standard operating procedures, policies. It assesses the efficiency and effectiveness of the police force in maintaining law and order. 2. It promotes accountability. It investigates complaints, yes, made by the public against the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, yes, the JCF. It ensures police officers are held accountable for misconducts, infractions, or breaches of the human rights. So certain complaints, you can actually bring it to them. It gives recommendations for improvement. It proposes measures to improve police policies, practices, and service delivery. It provides recommendations on the training, the discipline, and overall conduct of police officers. 4. It facilitates public trust. It strengthens public confidence in the JCF by promoting transparency and fairness and justice in its operations. It bridges the gap between the police and civilians to foster better relationships. It's like back in the day, police, that sort of police communal, that policing community type of security. Let's just put it that way. 5, the collaboration with other bodies. It works alongside agencies like Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM. And when we say work alongside, it is a separate entity, but really it works alongside, maybe in an indirect sense, to address the issues of police misconduct or excessive use of force. So when we need to collaborate, or when they need to collaborate rather, the two could join in certain meetings and have discussions on how it is to get them to really follow force policy. It, as I said, it is under the auspices of the Ministry of National Security, and it liaises with other stakeholders on reforms and policy updates in relation to the JCF. Roles and responsibilities of the PCOA. Inspections and audits. It conducts regular inspections of police stations, lockups, and other facilities to ensure compliance with human rights standards and proper conditions. So then we have to look at the condition of the cells and how the inmates or the prisoners, as you may call them, are treated. complaint management. It receives, reviews, and investigates complaints against members of the JCF from civilians and recommends disciplinary actions where necessary. Policy advice, it advises the government, in an indirect sense, through report writing on policies to improve the overall functioning and accountability of the JCF. It participates in the development of reform programs for the police force. So the recommendations that we offer should be a part of the reforming and rehabilitation and the conforming of the policies that were set out by the JCF. Public engagement, where it educates the public about their rights and the role of the PCOA. It hosts forums or public consultations to gather feedback on policing policing issues. You may ask, what is the significance of the PCOA? 1, it improves police accountability. The PCOA plays a key role in ensuring that the JCF operates within the law and maintains high ethical standards. It acts as a check on police power, reducing the risk of abuse or misconduct by these police officers. Protecting human rights. By monitoring police practices and investigating complaints, the PCOA helps safeguard the rights of citizens, especially against excessive use of force or unlawful detention. We are very much big on the use of force that is emitted from these officers. Building public trust. The oversight provided by the PCOA increases transparency and fosters public confidence in law enforcement. Supports police reform. The PCOA contributes to modernizing the JCF by identifying systemic issues, something that is embedded in the culture and the practice of the JCF. Identifying systemic issues and recommending changes to improve professionalism and efficiency among the staff of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. What are some of the challenges that they would face? Because in everything you will have challenges and limitations. 1, limited resources. The PCOA often face resource constraints. I don't know if I would say often, maybe sometimes they do face resource constraints that may hinder its ability to investigate complaints and conduct inspections effectively in an optimal manner or optimally. Resistance to oversight. Some members of the police force may resist external scrutiny because when you bring a sword to the fort, it can be very painful and agonizing, making the PCOA's work more difficult. Public awareness. Many citizens may not fully understand the role of the PCOA or even know about the PCOA or how to engage with it, limiting its reach and impact. The PCOA is essential to ensuring that the Jamaican police force operates fairly, justly, transparently, and effectively while respecting the rights of all, not just some, but all citizens. So, I know sometimes, Jamaicans, generally speaking, they have had so many run-ins, so many negative encounters as it relates to the Jamaica Constabulary Force or police officers, especially as it relates to traffic. Oh my goodness, we could literally write books upon books and they become bestsellers when we think of how the police and the citizens have been at a tug and war. There has been no, as they say, love loss. Has not been a good encounter. The camaraderie is extinct often, and it is a sad state of affairs. And the PCOA commits in their mandate to sort of bridge that gap while ensuring, that standard operating procedures by the Jamaica Constabulary Force is adhered to. Guys, you know what to do with TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe and give me one of those lions, please.